Well, we got a good bit of rain last night. Starting to be able to check out my drainage situation, see how it's working out. You can see we got, well, you can see in the video, it's a little bit of running water down through there, where before all that would just slowly seep over to that way. But I was asleep, of course, but I think it rained pretty hard. Flash flood warnings and everything, but it hadn't rained for a good hour at least, and it's still kind of just trickling down through here. You can see it doesn't take much flow. That's why I think a small dish will do just fine. But there is something, and if you don't get it, it'll all head this way at some point. Down in here, it's puddling up more than I kind of had in mind, but I think it's just the nature of the elevations there. You know, really it needs to have been deeper from there all the way around the hillside for it to drain perfectly, but I think I'm just going to fill some of that back in, set the rock in it, put the pipe, and you know, it just won't be, the dish won't be that deep is what it'll boil down to get that depth right. I think it's still flowing that way. When I look at the gravel, you can see that it's flowing into the gravel underneath that piece of ripped up pipe. So anyway, off to a good start as far as it doing its job. Well, I'm in a little bit of a pickle here, trying to cut down another tree for the garage build. Started to cut my notch in here, and basically the tree closed up on the saw. I was like, that's weird. And then I started looking at it, and I guess it wasn't too weird from the standpoint that this tree's leaning pretty hard that way. And my plan was to just cut a smaller size notch and then a plunge cut, pull it out the back and let it fall that way. You know, with such a lean like that, I'm learning that you're way better off plunge cutting. Anyway, that was my plan, but once it pinched it off, I'm like, okay, that's not good. So I got the wedges out and hammered them in there, thinking, well, maybe I can pull the tree back up a hair, pull the saw out. Well, I ended up just breaking the wedge or the notch out, and then that's when I see that it's this hollow. I didn't realize it was that bad. I saw a crack on the other side, but it looked more like a scar than a, yeah, like I couldn't see an opening back inside very well. And so anyway, this thing's pretty hollow, pretty dead. Well, not dead because it's got leaves on it, but anyway, I think what I have to do is take the chain off, bar and chain off, put a different bar on it, and just go ahead and cut it with the bar and chain still stuck in there. I'm afraid to pull it out. It could go right then and there, which wouldn't be the end of the world, but it's pretty stuck still. I can't pull it out. I mean, it's really got it pinched in there good. So anyway, a little bit of a lesson learned here, I guess. Maybe try to inspect it a little harder before I get into it, but hopefully I can get it down without any issue. All right, got it done. I was able to get the chain off and the bar off the chainsaw, put a new one on it, and worked pretty good. I just dropped it with the bar and chain still stuck in the tree. I don't think it messed up the chain there, but yeah, this thing was pretty hollow. I said it still had leaves on it, but I'm just surprised. And we got a lot of beech trees around here that are hollow. I cut down earlier this year, but didn't realize this one was. But anyway, felt like it was a pretty sketchy situation, but at the same time, it was leaning pretty hard that way. So as long as I stayed on this side, it was kind of hard to imagine it not falling on me. So anyway, got her done. Now, before I started cutting that big tree, I was starting to cut down this little 6-inch tree. It's pretty tall, I don't know, 30, 40 feet. It's pretty narrow, and it was just really hard to tell which way it's leaning. I kept thinking, well, I'll notch it, cut it, and push on it and get it to go. It's, you know, it's right on the edge of being small enough to push on and make it do anything just by your own weight. And I kept looking at it, I'm like, man, I really can't tell. It could end up falling backwards on me. And I was like, you know what, let me cut this big tree down up here. There's another view of it from when I was just up there. Maybe, you know, I'll notch it, cut the big tree down, and see if I can knock it down with this big one. Well, it didn't knock it down, but it ended up catching it on this fork right here and pushing it that way. The top probably went over about 5 feet, just enough where I think I can feel more confident about it falling the right way. So a little bit of luck there, but ended up maybe working out for me. I got a big milestone today. Got rid of the tractor, took it back to my dad's, and all the implements and everything with it, and basically done with it. As far as I know, I'm sure it'll end up being something I wish I had it here still for, but all the big stuff's out the way at the moment. Got this French drain basically done. I got to cut that off, and I ended about right there. Got all my rock laid in there. I'll smooth it out a little better over time. It's gonna let it settle a little bit, and looks a lot better than what it did before I had that in there. Feel a lot better about it. Been cutting some trees down today. Got Got some brush piles stacked up, ready to burn. Got a bunch way down that way already stacked up in the burn pile, and I'll just feed it from this end. We'll let it dry for a couple weeks. But got 2 big trees down here, a couple little small ones. Got a couple more out over here. You know, it's kind of hard to see now that they're gone, of course, but nothing like I did this past winter. We had cut a lot more back then. Just wanted to get a few more out of the way, and I hate cutting trees this time of year. It's way too hot. You're sweating bullets the whole time. Can't even see. Glasses are fogged up. It's just such better to do it in the winter, but I wanted to get some of this out of the way right now. But anyway, basically ready for the builder. I mean, I've got a couple odds and ends I want to take care of, but kind of coming to an end here until he gets here, which I think he's going to be here in about 4 weeks roughly. I talked to him. He came out the other day and looked at the site, and basically he's got a big garage he's building right now, 1 more customer after that, something smaller, and then me, and he's thinking about 4 more weeks, so puts me at starting in September sometime hopefully. And he's thinking about 3 weeks on this job, so sometime in October I'm thinking we'll be, you know, the structure will be here, and ready to start putting siding on. And I ended up ordering my garage doors this week. Had a garage door company come in and sign some paperwork, and I'm putting a 12 wide by 9 tall over here, the big door, and then a main door next to it, and then over here this little corner will have a 8x8 garage door with, I think I'm gonna end up putting a man door on this side too. I haven't 100% decided on that. Originally wasn't, but I'm starting to think it might be nice to be able to just use the man door to come out back. It's hard to really say until you use it, you know. Of course I'll have the big door or the garage door, but yeah, every time you gotta come out the back here, it'd be nice not to have to open the garage door to get out, especially in the winter, letting all the heat out and everything. So I'm still thinking on that. But anyway, I ordered 8x8 there. Again, 12 by 9 here. This one's kind of decorative. It's gonna match my other garage door, and it's gonna be like a sandstone color. Back here, I just ordered plain white and flat. What we're thinking is, you know, this is gonna be a little hangout spot, have fires back here and stuff, and set up a projector and have movie night with the kids and stuff, and put it onto the garage wall. So I wanted it kind of real flat and white. We'll see how that works. I'm not sure. I never used one as a projector screen, but thought it'd be a good little setup possibly. There's all that concrete I pulled out of the road over there. I think I'm gonna some point stack it down through here, make it like little stepping stones basically, because back in here gets a little mushy, a little wet, especially in the winter. I walk back in there a lot to have fires and stuff, so I think it'll be a good little, just rough little path I can use them for. But here's a little better look at some of the trees cut down today. Feels like the trees never end. Of course, I got a lot more to go out front here. It would take me a long time to pick away at those. Maybe even some back here still yet, but anyway, it's coming together. I probably won't make another video here for a while since I'm kind of running out of stuff, which is a good feeling. But maybe if I have a few little odds and ends I'll take care of, maybe I'll make another video before the builder gets here.